everyone. Welcome to a new video. We are in the middle of December. Happy holidays. We are in Lo de Marcos in Mexico. And this is obviously right here on the Pacific Ocean, as you can see before you. And we are staying up there. So we are right on the ocean. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Clear, clear skies. And I thought for today's video, I'm going to take you along my beach walk. So from that direction, not quite at the point, but you'll see when we get there. So I walk from that end, and then I walk all the way to that end, and so there and back is and then of course back to our Airbnb is an hour. So it's a beautiful hour walk in the sand. I'm not going to take you for the whole hour walk because I think that might be boring for you, and I don't want to be talking, or don't have a lot to say rather, that will consume a whole hour. But it has been lovely. We are here from the 20th until the 30th. We leave back to Toronto on the 30th. The weather here has been incredible. Very, very hot. I'm walking in the morning. It's about 10 o'clock, just after 10 o'clock in the morning. And I like to get my walk in early. Now, not too early because the sun doesn't, come up till 7:38. But it's, rather crisp in the morning. And I want to wait till it's a little bit warmer. So it's a perfect temp right now. I think it's about 25, I think. But it gets really, really, really hot here in the afternoon, so I tend to stay on our in a shaded area in our Airbnb. But it's nice, really nice going out in the morning, and I really am enjoying this beach walk from one end to the other. As I mentioned, it takes about an hour. And the beauty is, too, that little added bonus, this is a good way to exfoliate your toesies. You dig deep into the sand with your heel and come out and splay your toes into the sand. And at the end of your walk, you have baby soft feet. We've really been enjoying ourselves. The food here has been delicious. We eat breakfast in the Airbnb and then typically go out for dinner. But there's always leftovers, so we do sometimes stay in and just eat leftovers, so not to be wasteful. Oh, it is so warm, but you can see the waves. It's a pretty big break. So you'll see not a lot of people out. But earlier this morning, the break wasn't quite as aggressive as it is here. People were out in the water. Now, the end that we're walking to right now, there's usually a lot of surfers there. And I think I see a couple people surfing. But, it surprises me. I think you have to be pretty good to be surfing out on that end because it's right near the rocks. But there are some people that go out into the water. As you can see, when we came from the Airbnb, they were going into the water. So let me tell you a little bit about the town that we're in. So Lode Marcos, that's Lode and then Marcos. This is a town in Nayarit, that's Nayarit. I'm not sure if I've got that spelling correct. And we landed in the Puerto Vallarta airport. That's where we'll be departing from as well. I was in Puerto Vallarta in, I think, 86. I came here with 3 other girlfriends, and we were staying in a really nice condo that belonged to friends, parents. Not sure what the connection was, but there were 3 bedrooms and there was 4 of us, and we had a nice big living room and kitchen area. I think there was, even back in those days, I think there was like 2 or 3 bathrooms. It was really nice. I don't remember spending a lot. I think it's because it belonged to a friend's parents. But I do remember having to take the bus into Puerto Vallarta because we were just outside of Puerto Vallarta, then having to bus it in. And back in those days, it was like a Volkswagen bus, or maybe not a bus, a Volkswagen van. That's what it was. It was an actual van. So you just hopped on. They didn't close the doors. Just hopped on in this van and rode into town along these windy roads. Back in those days, I never thought twice about it. Today, I think I would be a little bit more nervous. Anyhow, I should be talking to you more about Lode Marcos. Year-round population is about 2,500 residents, and that's normally between November and April. And it expands, they say, from 3 to 3,500 people. So it's a fairly large growth period. And apparently they say it's very popular among the tourists, Canadians, made up of Canadians. And we've noticed there are a lot of Canadian tourists from Quebec here, which is interesting. It's kind of a fun thing. It's very hot here, it's humid, and it comfortably cools down at night. So we leave our terrace door open. We're on the 2nd level. And the first night we had air conditioning on with door closed, but the second night and going forward, we've kept the air conditioning off and just had the ocean air coming in, and it's been so comfortable. And our sleeps have been fabulous. I wish I could sleep this well at home. So we did rent a car. We picked it up at the airport. But there are buses that run fairly frequently along Highway 200. That's the highway that we came in from the airport. And then stopped, did a big grocery haul, and then drove here. We've only used the car one other time. So we went into the town, or maybe it's a city, called Sayulita, which is, I think, maybe half an hour drive from here. Because we were here 5 years ago, same time in December, over the holidays, and that was just before the pandemic. And we were staying in Sayulita, which is a town/city bigger than Lode Marcos. And I bought some drinking goblets. You know, you can see surfers hanging out there. We're going to try and watch them. I bought these. I only bought 2 of these beautiful goblets, hand-blown glass drinking tumblers, I guess, and one broke, but I just love them because they're textured and they're gorgeous. Anyhow, we went back to Sal Julita and I picked up several, and I'm looking forward to bringing those home and using them at home. But that was about a half an hour car ride. Now there are buses, as I mentioned, but we drove into town to visit our old place that we stayed at when we were here last, and it's much more touristy there, heavily tourist populated there than here in Los de Marcos. I have a feeling it's just a matter of time before more and more people start discovering this place, because I don't know if you've noticed as we've been walking that the beach is not crowded. It's a beautiful beach, but not at all crowded, and you can pretty much, lay out wherever you want and enjoy the sand and sea versus, other places that we've been to. Trying to find a beach spot that you like, you have to get there normally pretty early. We noticed that when we've been in Florida that you need to kind of find your spot earlier. And I'm pretty well protected. I'm wearing a hat, I'm wearing a sun shirt that's long sleeved, and I'm wearing my sun gloves. My legs are exposed to the sun, but other than that, I'm pretty covered up. Lots of sunscreen. I want to be able to see some surfers surfing. Yeah, so we go home like in 4 days. 3 or 4 days, I think, from now. Time has gone by quickly. We have really enjoyed ourselves so far. It's been very, very chill. Oh, there's some surfers. Oh. My only fear is if I was trying to surf, if you want learning to surf, that I would be swept into the rocks. Oh, here's somebody who is, I think, just going to ride the wave in, like on a boogie board. Maybe it is a surfboard. Oh, you can see there's a girl there surfing. Oh. This water is so warm though, really, really warm. Alrighty, I want to take you around. Oh! Hi, gorgeous. Oh, you like waiting for Dad? Like he's got his eyes right on Dad there. So I will do this beach walk. I am once we get sort of to the end here, I will switch off, and then I'm going to walk to the other end, but I'll switch on, a few minutes before I get to the other end to show you way down there. Look how nice the beaches are. And then I'm going to do another clip in the town. They have a, hopefully they'll have it this weekend. Every Saturday they have artisans come into town to sell their wares. So everything from, food treats to embroidered goods to handmade leather belts. There's all kinds of wares to be had by artisans in the area, and it's in the town square, and I will hopefully show you that. If not, regardless, I will take you into town so you can walk down the main street together and you can see the main drag of Los de Marcos. So I have noticed people do walk out here along the beach, mostly in the morning, as I mentioned, because it is the temperature is much more manageable than in the mid-afternoon. It is hot, 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 hot. How beautiful this is here. It's so nice coming out here. Yeah, so the shopping that we've done is just basically the drinking tumblers, the glass blown drinking tumblers, and food, and that's pretty much it. We've just been chilling and enjoying the experience of being in this beautiful environment. I'll see you in the next clip. Well, we're in the next clip. I just walked along the beach, and you can see, hopefully, where the camera is angling. That's where we ended the last clip, where all the surfers were. And so now I have been walking along this end of the beach. And we're going to connect up with that corner end. We're not going to go right out to the rocks there because it's pretty slippery and dangerous. But this part of the beach is pretty isolated. I rarely see anybody here, ever. Nobody is hanging out here the days that I've been walking here. Maybe they do in the latter part of the afternoon, perhaps. But I haven't seen anybody in the mornings. So as you can see, the beach is quite pristine. There's no garbage. I haven't seen any garbage. I have seen some shells, and I have picked up an abandoned shell that's quite beautiful, and I have it tucked into my shorts right now, and it's currently very uncomfortable. It's in the waistband of my shorts. I should have brought my little carry bag to put my supplies in, but I clearly was not thinking to do that. Anyhow, with each step that my hip juts out to that shell is hurting. So to tell you a little bit more about Lo Di Marcos, it's built around natural wetland. The surf breaks are frequently quite large, which could toss you around. But once you're past this break, it's much more manageable. But it's getting past that break and not consuming a lot of seawater and being slammed against the ocean floor. Other than that, it's fine. But these, as you know, with the surfers, a lot of boogie boarders as well. And I have been seeing during my early morning beach walks, I've seen fisher persons catching fish. But for the most part, you don't have to battle for a place on the beach. You can comfortably walk. I'm just going to move this shell out of my waistband there. Oh, that feels much better. Look at how incredibly gorgeous it is here. I've never seen anybody up on those rocks, and I'm sure anybody in their right mind wouldn't necessarily go up to those rocks, because if a rogue wave came through, adios amigos. But it is just beautiful to look at, isn't it? Just beautiful. I love doing these morning walks, and I get a pretty good leg workout, or a pretty good workout period, because when I'm walking along the soft sand, it is a bit of a workout, which is what I'm looking for. But walking here along the water where it's compacted, it is definitely easier to walk. But I'll continue walking for just a little bit more. I'm heading back to the Airbnb, but I will let you enjoy the sound of the waves rather than my voice. I'm going to end the clip here, but I'm wanting hopefully to point out, maybe the camera won't pick it up, but when the waves crash against the break, there's a fairly large mist that is created. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but it looks like a light cloud. I'm heading back to the Airbnb. See you in the next clip. Hey everybody, this is the a few days later since the last clip that I did, walking along the water. So this is one of the main streets, if not the main street, of Lo de Marcos here in Mexico. And I just wanted to take you up this main drag. It is a beautiful blue sky day today, like every day since we've been here. Actually, that's not completely true. We had one pseudo cloudy day, but that didn't last. That just was part of the morning, I think. And but it was hot. So you can see it's pretty dusty, and that car obviously has been sitting for a while, but that is dusty and loud. The streets are pretty dusty for the most part. You can see here that it's cobblestone, but a lot of the side roads are dirt roads. So a lot of the cars, if they sit very long, get pretty dusty. And it is a beautiful Saturday. And every Saturday, I may have mentioned this, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last couple of clips, but they have a market in the main town square, which I would like to take you to. So artisans from the area, I guess, maybe even beyond the immediate area surrounding Lo de Marcos, come in and sell their wares. So we were already here this morning, and I forgot to bring my camera, so I'm coming back. But I did buy the cashew and almond nuts that are covered in some sort of sugary, sweet, delicious, crunchy. Sugary, whatever. It is so delicious. So I've already sort of started digging in, but I am trying to be mindful because I don't want to ruin my appetite for later. And I think I may have mentioned, to get to the sort of the top, or maybe it's the bottom of this main drag beyond the market, is the Highway 200, and that's where you can collect a bus and you can hit some of the surrounding towns. One town is called San Francisco, believe it or not, and another one is called of course, Sayulita, which I think I've mentioned we were at about 5 years ago. And here is the market in the square. And people often, you can see here, people often sit along here. There's a lot of communal paths. Oh, there's that looks like military. It is military. That's interesting. First time I've seen military. Oh, there's some more. That's interesting. What's going on? Anyhow, I was saying there are community cats and dogs here, and I saw a dog this morning who I wanted to go buy some dog food for because she was kind of skinny. You can tell she's had several litters just by the condition of her backhand and her milking area. But when I went to go find her again, she had disappeared. So the good thing here is everybody's respectful of the communal cats and dogs. Now it's interesting, a lot of people have already left. It was really quite crowded earlier this morning. But yeah, I'm very mindful of the community animals here. And when I say community animals, I mean these are not owned pets. These are, and they're not feral because they're quite chill, the dogs and cats that are here. And it's just, I think the community feeds them. But they're lovely. If I could take them home, I would in a heartbeat. I would take that mama home. She was definitely an older dog. I can't find her. Maybe we'll find her today, and if I find her, I will go buy some dog food. Because I think it's sort of, maybe not first come, first serve, but I don't know why she's so skinny. Maybe she's not doing that well. Remember I told you guys about the beautiful glassware? Similar to this glassware. But the taller glass is in the back. Looks like this gentleman is packing up. Now last Saturday he wasn't here. He said he was sick, so that's why we went into Cellulita and bought my glasses. You can see them a little better, maybe. The taller glasses, the tumblers is what we purchased. And I bought the nuts from over there. Oh, actually here I bought the nuts, and I bought candy as well. But how tempted am I by these beautiful blankets. Last time we were here, I bought a few blankets, a couple that were cotton and an all wool one. So I don't need any more, but it's so tempting just to collect all these beautiful colors. How beautiful. Oh, look at the little munchkin clothes. So gorgeous. Lovely, lovely. I have one of these. Or maybe I had one of these. Doesn't that sort of remind you of back in the 70s? Yeah, mine was actually exactly like this color combination, which I rarely wore. But I think I ended up donating it. That's sort of back in the Stonehead days. Not that I ever really was, but that's what that reminds me of. Yeah, so it's surprisingly how much the crowd has thinned out or disappeared. Anyhow, we're going to find our way out. I'm just so tempted. You know, I look for things to buy. And I don't want to buy just for the sake of buying, but there isn't anything that I need. A lot of wants, but nothing that I need, and I don't want to just buy for the sake of buying. Anyhow, this is the square, and I'm going to continue heading up towards Highway 200. Actually, we'll go up this way here. Oh, it is so nice out. So I'm not sure if I mentioned in the last couple of clips, but there are going to be 10 of us in total here, family members. We have the last 2 family members arriving today. They should be here soon. And the town is really, the town is small, so we're within like a 15-20 minute walk between their airport. Well, hi guys, sorry about that. My camera died, so this is the next day, and I think the camera died around this spot. So I'm just trying to continue the walk that I initially started in the last clip. And I think I left off talking about veganism. Anyway, I don't have much else to say at this point about that. So I would like to just rather continue talking about the town that we're in. So being that it is the next day, several of our family members, I think I mentioned in the last couple of clips, that there's going to be 10 of us here in Lodi Marcos. And about seven of our family members went horseback riding this morning, and I didn't go, but when I was walking along the beach this morning, I ran into them. So they were all on horseback, riding along the ocean, right along the beach. And they all look pretty comfortable and pretty fabulous. The horses were gorgeous as well. What can I say? Horses are gorgeous, period. And this is our second last morning. We're leaving tomorrow. We're leaving Lodi Marcos around noon tomorrow. And I think I mentioned to you that we did rent a car at the airport, and that was an interesting experience. So the budget booth at the airport told us to don't necessarily wait at the airport to get the car because we'll be waiting forever. So they told us to, take our luggage and walk across this bridge and down this road and yada yada. So we did that, lugging our luggage. And then when we got to the dealership, there was probably like 5-6 employees there, but we had to wait an hour. We waited an hour for our car. And and the good thing was, because of the time of day when we got our car, the booth where the dealership was, or the car rental place was rather, thank God it was in the shaded area, because there was no place for us to sit and wait. So we were standing, which is okay, but thank goodness it was in the shade. But we waited an hour. Not sure what the deal was, and there was like I said, about 7 employees there. Lineup took forever, but I think part of the problem was the cars weren't available. So it'll be interesting to see when we return the car tomorrow if we have to wait as long to drop off the car as we did having to collect it. I would think not. I mean, but look at this street food. Looks nice. And I don't know what that street food was, but it smelled really good. So we're leaving here around noon. I think it takes us about 40 minutes on the highway to get back to the car rental dealership. So where we're walking now, we're continuing to walk towards Highway 200, and that's sort of like the end, maybe it's the beginning of the town. It's a very short walk. It's probably in total 20 minutes one way. And so we're going to go there, and that's the highway that we take to get back to Puerto Vallarta. And that's the highway that you take to a lot of the towns in the neighborhood. And there is a bus, of course, that does collect, transit bus that does collect passengers to and from the airport, but it's a regular transit system. There is also apparently an express bus. Oh, this is it. Beautiful Sunday. Look at those skies. Or sky, rather. It's not more than one. It's a little bit quieter as we head out towards the highway. I'm not sure if I mentioned or not, forgive me if I have, but there are a lot of domestic animals, and I mean cats and dogs, that are considered communal cats and dogs. So they're not owned by anybody. And of course there are owned domestic animals, and you can tell because they're wearing a collar, but I see them on the beach in the morning, they're on the street, and I did mention it to you, but I can't help mentioning it again, that it's the way of life here, and I have to keep my emotions in check, because I do feel like I just want to take them to a shelter to get adopted, but that's not how things work here. But they are fed because they look healthy for the most part. I did see an older dog yesterday, female. You can tell she's had several litters, just by the shape of her body constitution and composition rather. And she looked old and she looked thin, but very friendly. So I went to see about getting some food, but I had to keep my eye on her because she was on the move, but I couldn't find her, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled. See if I can locate her, because I would like to feed her. When you're left on your own, it's like battle of the fittest, right? In the animal kingdom. And when you get old, or if you're sick, you're on your own. First come, first serve. So I have a feeling she doesn't get a lot of food. They're washing the sidewalks here. I'm gonna head across the street here, get to the other side. It is hot. It is. I think it's about 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock, maybe. I didn't check the time before I left. It smells delicious. Look at that rooster just sitting there in that cage. And there are roosters and chickens. Mostly, I see the roosters and chickens in more down the side streets. Like there's another guy right there. Wow, look at how beautiful the color of the feathers. How beautiful. It is pretty dusty here, and you need to have good walking shoes. And you should wear socks if you're going to walk any distance, because otherwise, if you're just in sandals, your feet will sweat and rub against the material of your shoes, and you can get blisters. So recommended that you wear sturdy shoes with socks. There's a bus. But if you're just going for a short jaunt into town here, like, it's fine to even wear, flip-flops. So a pickup spot. And this is the highway. You can see people across the way waiting for the bus. Highway. And here we are. So I hope you enjoyed this video of Lo de Marcos in Mexico. We've really enjoyed ourselves here. Tomorrow we go home. And I want to thank you. There's another bus. I want to thank you very much for joining me, and I wish everyone a very happy, healthy 2025. Thank you for being part of my community. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next year. This is Boomer Girl Walking, signing off.